Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to our second lesson on shape this week. Today we're going to be looking at 3D shapes, and we're going to be learning to count the faces, edges and vertices on 3D shapes. Okay, let's have a little look at your work you did yesterday and mark that together. Remember to give yourself a big tick if you got it right, and your C for check if you need to come back to it and fix it later on. So number 1, you were matching the shapes to the number of sides. So we should have matched one side to the circle in the middle. We should have matched 4 sides to the rectangle and 3 sides to the triangle. Number 2, you needed to colour the 4-sided shapes in red. So we had 1, 2, 3 shapes that we needed to colour in red here. And we'll just double check that there are 4 sides on all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then number 3, you were writing in the number of sides of each shape. So the pentagon had 5 sides, circle had 1 side, the square had 4 sides, the triangle had 3 sides, and the hexagon had 6. And your second sheet you completed yesterday, number 4, you needed to match the shape to the correct number of vertices this time. So your vertice was where 2 sides met at a corner. So 3 vertices was the triangle, 4 vertices was the square, 5 vertices was the pentagon. Number 5, Chris says my shape has 3 vertices. What shape could he have? So hopefully your answer said something very similar to mine. I've written he could have a triangle because a triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices. Number 6, put these shapes in order based upon the number of vertices they have. Let's have a look on the next slide. So I put them in order from the smallest number of vertices to the greatest number of vertices. So the triangle was first because it has 3, 1, 2, 3 vertices. Rectangle came next. It has 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. The pentagon came next. It has 5 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lastly was the hexagon that had 6 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well done. So today we'll need the same things we needed yesterday. We're going to need some paper, a pencil, a partner, and the worksheets, which again you'll be able to find on the PDF document in Class Story on Dojo. So, vocabulary for today, let's have a look. We're going to be using the term 3D today. We're going to be looking at 3D shapes. So what does 3D mean? 3D means 3-dimensional. So a 3D shape has 3 dimensions. It has a length, a width, and a depth. When we're talking about 3D shapes, we use 3 different terms, or 3 different words. We talk about faces, vertices or a vertex, and edges. So this is a square-based pyramid, and on the square-based pyramid you can see this arrow is pointing to an edge. So an edge it can be curved, it can be straight. This is a straight edge here. Where 2 edges meet, you find a vertex. We can see in the picture that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices, and there is one that's hidden down there at the bottom because the bottom of it is a square. So there are 5 vertices on this square-based pyramid. And then the part between the edges, we would call its face or a face. And that again can be curved or it can be flat. So we've got faces, edges and vertices or a vertex on our 3D. Now then, let's see if you can remember some 3D shapes from earlier in the year. On this screen, we have 3 3D shapes, and I'd like you to pause the video and talk to your partner, see if you can remember what each one is called. Okay, so we've got a sphere here. It does look like a circle because its face is a circular shape or a circle shape. But remember, we're learning about 3-dimensional shapes today. So this is our sphere. We have a pyramid, like we just looked at in our vocabulary section. And we have a cube as well. Well done if you remembered all of those. Can you remember the names of these 3D shapes? So there are 4 more here that I'd like you to try to name. So pause the video again and talk to your partner. See if you can name all of those. Okay, hopefully we came up with this one here is a cone. This one here is a cuboid. This one here is a cylinder. And this one here is a triangular prism. Well done if you remembered all of those too. Okay, now that I've done a small introduction for you all, you're going to now go and watch another White Rose Maths video like you did yesterday. The one today is called Lesson 2, Count Faces, Edges and Vertices on 3D Shapes. And again, the link for that video is just here, or it's also on the PDF document that you can take from as well. This is what the video looks like, so just double check when you open the link that you're clicking on the video that looks like this one. It's got a picture of a cuboid on the first slide. And then after you've watched that video, you'll be ready to complete your independent work and hopefully try some of the optional challenges as well. So I'm just going to talk about what your independent work looks like for today. So on the first page, number 1 says, look at these 3D shapes. Which 2D shapes can you see on each one? So what shape are the faces on these 3D shapes? And there might be more than one 2D shape on its faces, or there might only be one shape. So you need to look really, really closely. Number 2, complete the table. You've been given a shape. You need to name that shape. And then write the number of faces it has, the number of edges it has, and the number of vertices it has. Number 3, I am a 3D shape with 2 square faces and 4 rectangular faces. What am I? Show your working out. So for that one, I imagine it would help to draw a picture and then write a sentence to explain how you know you've got the right shape. Number 4, Alex has a shape with 8 vertices. What 3D shape could it be? Show your working out. And number 5, one shape is in the wrong place on the sorting grid. Draw a cross on it. On this side of the grid it says shapes with a square face. On this side it says shapes without a square face. So you need to look really closely at all of those 3D shapes, decide which one is in the wrong place. Okay, next I'm going to talk about your optional challenges for today. So your first optional challenge is similar to a word problem. It says, Samir says my 3D shape has 6 faces. Jolene says he must have a cube. Is Jolene correct? Explain your answer. Number 2, Josh has sorted these shapes according to the number of edges. Which shape is in the wrong place? Explain why. And number 3, Abigail is folding paper to make a 3D shape. What shapes has she made? Look at the folded papers and see if you can find how many faces and edges each one has got, and that should help you to figure out which 3D shape this one is, this one and this one. So there are 3 3D shapes there that she's making. Best of luck everybody, and we'll be back tomorrow with another lesson about shapes.